Hey, how you doing? This is Danny and the Lions Den. You know, how you doing? You doing okay? You doing all right? Are you doing okay? Can you hear me? You hear me? Danny and the Lions Den with today's Hotchopic. It's like that. It's just like that. Okay. Today's topic. Hmm. I'm so happy and grateful now that I trust myself, trusting you, trusting me. Today's topic is about trust. So let's chop it up, okay? Uh, what can I say? I don't know. I don't know. How do you build trust? Hmm. Trust is like something. It's like making a cake. You have to have all the ingredients that you want in your cake. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, yellow, pineapple, you know, double chocolate. You have to have all your ingredients. It's something that you put together. You have to pull on certain things. You know what I mean? You have to pull like that. Uh, which means it's different for everybody. We like different cakes. We like to cook the cake different. We like to eat the cake with milk, and some people with ice cream. Some people with a little bit of blueberries or fruit. You know, all of us have a different taste. Some people don't eat the cake at all. Aye, you know, so those people don't trust at all, you know, or maybe they do. I don't know, but it's something that you have to work towards. I'm happy it took some time for me to trust me. I can tell you my journey was realizing that most people don't trust themselves. I asked a few people, hey, how you doing? How you doing today? What's going on? What's up with you? How you? You okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, let me ask you this question. Who do you trust? And they take a sec and they're like, um, there's no one that I trust really. Everyone that I ask that question, nobody have an answer. I think sometime I'm gonna hear, oh, I trust my children, or I trust my spouse, or um, my pastor, or the governor, the teacher, my boss down the road, my coworker, my best friend. They don't say anything. Nobody that I ask. No one. No one has anyone that they trust in these days. So, did I judge them for not having anyone to trust? No, hello, because that's why I'm asking. It was hard for me to trust, you know? So, for me, I had to start building goals. I know, listen, I didn't have any before that, but I figure for me to build trust, I had to say I'm going to do something, and then if I say I'm going to do it, I have to do it. Oh my gosh. It was a lot, okay? At first, it was like, oh. But then it was like a gift from God, a miracle, something, a deal with the devil. I don't know what you want to call it. You know, maybe the leprechaun came and hypnotized me, and then it was just like, Baron, you got it. You trust yourself now. I don't know what it was, but it just popped out of nowhere. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. Does that mean that I trust myself now? I guess that's what I mean, because now I do. And with the trust, a side effect of building trust was patience. I didn't know that patience would just drop into my lap because I trust myself. I didn't know that that was a side effect. That's a nice side effect, I will say, you know what I mean? But it didn't know that that was going to be like that. I thought that I would work on the trust and then, oh, now I have to work on the patience. You know, something like, different step or something like that. But it was not like that. It was like trust. And because you trust, you have the patience. I said, oh my goodness, that's a whole nother topic, with the patience. But I want to say that that was a side effect of me trusting myself. And so I said to you, like I said earlier, I am so happy and grateful now that I trust myself. And that was what I said in the beginning when I didn't trust myself. I listened to motivational speaker to tell me something like keep my spirit up and keep it, have that feeling like you want the bicycle for Christmas or your birthday or something like that. You see the picture and you're like, ay, Dios mío, I hope this one, mamacita, mama, please, can you buy this? It feels so good. I just want to ride. I want to feel the wind in my hair, and I want to see the kids running after me. Oh my God, we like your bike. We like your bike. And then maybe the neighbor give me a helmet, and then this one give me the knee pad. Then I have the shoulder pad, the elbow pad, and stuff like that. And it just come together. And you tell this to your mother, right? And then what happened? She tell it to the baker, she says something to somebody else, and something happened, and then bam, you have the bike, and everyone pulled together to help you to fulfill what you saw here first. But what happened is sometimes we don't even want to think about riding the bike. We don't want to feel the wind in our hair. We don't want to see the person giving us the helmet. We don't want to think about the knee pad. We don't want to think about the elbow pad, the bicycle pump, or nothing like that, because it's like we don't have the money to buy that. So don't think about it right now. So you don't want anything. And that's very sad because there's so many people who want it but don't think about it. I had to think that I wanted to trust myself before I had the trust. That was big. Some people like, why didn't you just wish for money? I did, hello, believe me, I did already. I wouldn't be back to the basics if I didn't already make that wish. But then when it's not here and it's not coming fast enough, it's not this, it's not that, I didn't trust that it would come in the first place. So I had to go to the basics and go back to why don't I have the money here? I say that I want the money, but I didn't believe, I didn't trust that it could come. So I had to start building trust that I can increase my goal accomplishments. And that's where trust for me began. Another side effect is that it helped me to heal anger, resentment, frustration, blame and shame, and Ay, Dios mío, there's so many of them like that. And it's like, because I trust myself now that I have that, it's like I like the side effects from trust. It's okay like that, for me. So I wanted to create content for you to see my journey as I heal. If it inspire you to heal like that, it's okay. If it's not for you, because this is mumbo jumbo and people don't heal overnight. I get it. But I don't want you to think that I heal from yesterday, today, say I want to believe that I'm happy and grateful to trust myself, to today make a video. No, 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 no. This is like 10 years of working to build up who I am, to say that I have the time to do the healing. So many people say, I don't have time for that. I have to pay my bills. I don't have time to say that I'm grateful. You have to pay your bills and you're paying them. That's one reason to be grateful. Even if you're barely making the payment and you have some that's maybe calling you right now. They may be calling and it's late, but they still call. They're like, hello, we're calling to make a payment today. It's $50 at least, something like that. They're still calling, you know what I mean? But for me, it's like this. Listen, energy can never be destroyed or created like that. So I have some money soon like that. It's okay, I don't have frustration or scary feelings like, ay, Dios mío, the bill collector's calling me. I should be scary. No, it's not like that. It's not like that for me. I take accountability for my actions, and I understand that if I spend the money, I have to pay it back. You know what I mean? If I'm enjoying the fruits of the labor, I have to say thank you. And it also teaches me discipline too. So I'm doing better with that as well. But I just wanted to touch base with you like that and say thank you for listening. Danny in the Lion's Den. Today's hot topic again is to trust. If you have insurance, sometimes it might be worth it to call your insurance and see if you have benefits to go to therapy. That was also helpful to have someone to talk to build trust. A lot of times we tell our spouse or our best friend or a family member our issues, and fortunately and unfortunately, if you can't hold it, neither can they. So you can't be mad that the trust you thought you would have had would have been considered in your confidential conversations. They haven't signed an agreement with you. They don't have to keep your information, especially if it's too much for you to hold. Finding a therapist may be your best bet. And maybe you don't even have family or friends to talk to. And maybe you say, I don't need help. I don't need to be fixed. I don't need a therapist. The therapist isn't there to fix you. They're there to assist you while you fix yourself. More of like a airplane guide, guiding you, telling you, oh, this is where you go, this is where you should land, this is where you should take off. It guides. So the therapist isn't fixing. If anyone's doing any fixing, it would be you. So look into that if you feel that's up to you. Also check out motivational speakers. There's so many. so many self-helps on YouTube, and this is the age of Google, Alexa, Siri, Bixby. There's so many support Android systems and AI that to say we don't have time, but we will spend forever looking at YouTube or TikTok videos or video game, whatever we spend forever doing. There's time. We just haven't noticed where we could fit healing in, because it's not shown. How often do you see someone doing the healing work? And I know you're saying, wait a minute, your voice has changed 2 to 3 times during this one video. And fortunately for me, being in tune with who I am, I understand how I flow. And it feels good in the moment to allow what I have to say to come out how it has to. It feels good. It feels good being me. It feels good trusting who I am. So, again, for you, this video may touch you in a way that really inspires you. Your best friend, who may need to hear it as well, it may not be something that they're into, or your family member, or your auntie, or your cousin, or your grandma, or your uncle, or whoever. It may not be for them. And my content isn't something additional to help divide anyone. It is to bring together the bits and pieces in you that you've asked for. They may not have asked for any of this. So it's not something to be upset that they don't want it. We get what we ask for, and this may be what you ask for. You may whoever is watching this in this moment may deserve this. This may be what you deserve. So I hope that you share it first with all of you. And that may be when you're angry, when you're happy, when you're surprised, when you're excited, when you're anxious, when you're confused, when you are meh. I don't know where I'm at. And it may be something you need to listen to over and over and over, A lot of times I watch The Secret. It's a documentary on Netflix or YouTube, depending on how you find it. But it's a documentary that I watch almost like you would watch your favorite movie. Let's see if we can adjust this to... There we go. I watch it almost as much as that. For me, watching The Secret, is a reminder. It's informative, it's encouraging, it's uplifting. And I will say, when I'm angry and I watch it, I turn the volume down. not to a place where I can't hear it, but just low. Because when you are like, this person did this, or this situation or this experience is not the best, say a gratitude list may not be what you want to hear. But what I've learned is, if it's on low, what I need to hear, I will. And it's usually the thing that brings me out of that mode of repetitive thoughts that aren't serving me. But for me, that process, even that process, has decreased. I don't even need to, sometimes, now I can't say every situation has definitely made me aware and I'm able to get out of it like a snap of a finger. But for the most part, it's a quicker process now. And I think that that is something to be said for many of us who are on this journey for healing, and we may beat ourselves up like, dang, I know how to meditate, and I know how to, do my pressure points, and I know how to count to 5, and I know how to say my affirmations and my prayers, and I'm still punching holes in the wall, or I'm still, breaking up with people, or quitting jobs, or whatever your reaction to stress is. You're still doing it, and then you beat yourself up. That process is drastically decreased. The beating myself up process, and not physically, just the mental beating up. I ain't never beat myself up or wanted to hurt myself, but mental abuse to yourself is also abuse. So I've stopped abusing myself mentally. And that's helped with trust in myself. Like, I'm trusting that I said I wanted to heal. And I'm trusting that my family will heal, my friends, my coworkers, the planet. And so many people are like, it's a lost cause. And I realize that, I'm not the most religious, but they say, we speak things into existence. And I'm realizing how much bad we speak on each other, the planet, when we could honestly be using those same words to protect the planet. I'm so happy and grateful the planet is sticking up for itself and taking care of itself and finding balance with us as humans. I'm so happy and grateful that us humans are respecting the earth that we have chosen to live on. I'm so happy and grateful that we receive clarity as humans on how to interact with each other as well as the earth, the elements. I'm so happy and grateful that we understand that we are powerful beings on an individual as well as collective basis. I'm so happy and grateful that we are doing the best that we can. And I'm so happy and grateful that we will continue to grow. Breathing techniques have also helped me along my journey for building trust. Because in building trust with my mental, I've also went within to build connections with my organs, to trust them, to trust that they're doing the best that they can, and to no longer shame myself or others as well. My organs are not the way they are because of food. So many times we'll blame anything. Oh, it's the food. It's genetically modified, and that's why I'm like this. Anything that has gone inside our body was our choice. For the most part, you know what I mean? Even if it's something that is manufactured, or it's like we act as if we don't know that it's manufactured and that it's supposedly so bad, even though it's energy and it can never be destroyed or created. But food is not the culprit. It's the anger, the guilt, the resistance, the pain, the suffering, the mental, all of mostly mental. And it's energy. We were different beings, before this particular body and this particular life. And as energy, if it can never be destroyed or never be created, then that means that we sometimes remember, consciously or subconsciously on a cellular level, that something's gone wrong in the past. And we're here. I think this generation is ready to start the healing process. And it may not take hold for this generation. So many people will be like, I bet that won't help or hurt. Nothing's going to change. But so much has changed that I guess we have to be acknowledging that stuff has changed. We went from using payphones to cell phones. We went from candlelight suppers to, chandeliers for supper, you know, not seeing your family because they're in China and you're in America, and now you can video chat them and you can see them as many times a day as you want to. Um, of course, it's not in the physical, but you can see them. Whereas before it was just a phone call or maybe send a picture or, a video through email if you could fit it in there. But we're able to do different things, which means change is possible. And I don't think that we realize how much sometimes we offer resistance to change. Now, with the resistance, though, it does make things better. So it's like a double-edged sword or a double-edged goodness. I don't know. It's wild how all of it works. Like you never know what's helping and what's hurting. And honestly, we're resilient creatures. So I guess if you can't find trust in anything, it's just trusting that we're still here. Like that's even something to think about. Like when you look for areas to begin to trust, is that we've made it through a lot of experiences as humans, and we're still here, and we're still doing the best we can. So yeah, I just wanted to leave you with looking for support in any way that you can, writing down affirmations, prayers if you're religious, asking your pastor for help. How can I build trust? If you're not religious or you're just spiritual, asking your stones, asking your crystals, how can you support me with trusting? If you're not into stones or crystals and you just, on the mundane, like I'm going to work, I'm paying my bills and that's it. I ain't got no religion, I ain't into no crystals, I ain't into none of that. It might be different, maybe you got to start with best friend. Best friend, how can I build trust? And this might be the telltale of who you hanging around too, because best friend, you need to trust nobody. Who you trusting but me? Because ain't nobody out here to be trusted. And if that's the response, sometimes you got to look at like, oh, okay, so I'm only supposed to trust you, and that's supposed to be satisfying. That's not. No one wants to just trust one person. I mean, not that many of us trust anybody anyway, but we would love to trust multiple people. And so building trust takes time and it takes effort. I watched a video on memory, and you hear so many people saying, oh, I'm bad with names, I got bad memory. And they're 22, 25, 27, somewhere where having bad memory ain't a thing. But what I've realized is memory is a muscle, like a bicep or tricep or gluteus maximus or something. It's something you got to work on. A basketball skill or tennis skill or cooking skill, barbering skill. It's a skill that you have to master. You have to learn how to remember. And after I heard that, I was like, oh, well, I have to learn how to trust. I have to learn how to love. I have to learn how to believe. I have to learn these things. So with my daily hot topics, that's what I plan to fulfill for myself first. A lot of them have already, but I want to continue that growth. I want to inspire it for others as well. And again, not in the ways that I've done them, unless they, fit for you, but finding that way. If what I've said or what you've ever heard about building trust is never settled with you, then ask for it every day. How can I trust? How can I trust myself? Ask and continue to ask every day, just like a annoying little kid or something like that. Mommy, 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 can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have it? Can I have it? You got to do that with every day. If you ain't praying to God or praying to somebody, what would it hurt for you to wake up out of your bed and before you reach for your phone, you say, "How can I trust today?" Ain't nobody gonna hear you. What you know? And what happened if somebody at work just tells you this story on how they built trust, or this offers you a good book or a good article to read, or shares a YouTube video? You just get a random YouTube video from an aunt or something one day, and you're like, oh my gosh, I know how to trust. But you had to ask for it. And what I'm realizing is that we don't ask. In many communities, a lot of parents tell you, we don't have money for that when we go into the store, so don't ask for nothing. And that rings well into our adulthood. We don't ask for anything. I'm a single parent. I'm single. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I don't need nobody for nothing. We don't even ask ourselves, our organs for support. We're not even asking our own organs. Organs, can you help me? So, trust is needed in many areas of our life. So I wanted my first video to be about building trust, a solid foundation, a solid lifestyle that allows you to maneuver with more ease. When you trust, you have more ease. It feels very romantic when you trust. Beautiful. And us as humans, we have many reasons not to. Many. But we also have equally, or if not more, reasons to trust. Even if it's that your car will start, or the gas companies will have gas, or the grocery stores will have your groceries. There's been scares where actually all of those recently too, so that's maybe not the best place to start. Gas was out, and paper towels were out, and it's always weird that it's always the cold stuff that's always gone. It's like, if we're in a real situation, I don't want cold stuff per se. Dry goods, maybe, you know what I mean? But anywho, trust. So finding your way to build trust with you first, and then letting it side effect into you trusting other areas of your life and other people. Again, my name is Danny. This is Danny in the Lion's Den with the hot topic of the day. Today's topic was trust. I look forward to many more videos, many more experiences with you guys. I don't know if I'm ever gonna cry or sing or laugh or be meh on here, but it's gonna be a short glimpse into me. Some videos will be 5 minutes, some will be 45, some will be 2, some will be, I don't know. But I want to reach out and touch bases more so with myself, and I want to share it. And I understand that, again, I want to reiterate that people are gonna have something to say. They're gonna love my channel, they're gonna hate my channel, they're gonna want to block my channel, they're gonna promote my channel, and I don't want any of you who are listening and tuning in, tapping in, to get frustrated if you see a comment ever that is not aligned with how you feel about me and this channel. It's just that they're not ready and they haven't asked for this. Someone may have shared it with them and they got something to say, or they don't believe in what I'm saying, or it doesn't make sense, it doesn't seem plausible, it doesn't seem accurate. I'm full of mess or whatever, or I'm talking, none of that is ever going to be need for you to step out of your feeling good to defend me. I'm prepared for all of it. I'm prepared for the people like that. I'm prepared for the people who, you know, in person as well. But I'm also prepared for the people that this is ready for. The people that come to me crying like, thank you so much, you've changed my life, you've helped me, grieve, you've helped me succeed, you've helped me to motivate myself. And it wasn't even all your videos. You told me to go look at some other videos, and I watched them, and I was kind of like, this ain't working at first, like even like you said, and I remembered that you said that I was gonna feel like that, and then bam, just one day somebody offered me a little book, and it was a short book because I don't even like to read. And I know you said you don't like to read either, but I didn't want to. And then I just read it, and it was just like, bing, bing, bing. You know what I mean? And I'm ready for those people as well. I am. I'm prepared, and I know all of it is going to come, and I'm grateful, and I know all of you will be having a desire that is being filled with my content. And I want you to know that there is someone, an audience waiting for your content as well, whether it be a book, whether it be a new product or a new idea or a new technique at work. The coworkers are waiting. You know what I mean? You have to be courageous enough to speak up. Well, what if they don't pay me, or what if they don't do this, or those are what ifs. But what if you actually get a great contract? What if you actually do get that raise? What if it just takes some time for you to get that raise? What if it is accepted? What if it's not accepted and you have to recreate it? And it takes a little bit of time. It takes a year, it takes 3 years, and you're like, I don't have time for that. You have time if you're alive. If you're alive, and I want to reiterate to make sure that you're paying your bills, and you're at a place where you at least have things taken care of. That's a good place. If you're not even at that place at all, like you're just maybe watching this in the library, then actually you almost have it better than all of us. But that's another conversation. But you really have a great place to start from. If you have nowhere to go from out of here, then you building trust is that someone may give you $5 today. And you're like, okay, I got $5 today. What if someone gives me $10 today? And just build on that wish every day. And what if someone offers me a job? Maybe when you get to $50, you're like, okay, well, I didn't seen this been happen. It took me 3 weeks to get to 50, but what if someone offers me a job? Now that may take 3, 4, 7 months, not as quickly as the $50, but you building trust in yourself that you can make better wishes, and trust in yourself is big. So start where you can, it's an amazing thing to begin to trust yourself. You wake up different, you're more mindful of who you hang around. I feel like trust is like recovering, from something, an addiction of some sort. I can't be around you just yet because I haven't gotten over my addiction to not trusting myself. And then you get to a place where you can trust yourself, but that takes time too. But it's almost like a relapse. Like, some people be like, no bad vibes. It's not that you don't ever need to be around bad vibes. It's that sometimes you need that space to recalibrate and get to a point where you don't want to get around those bad vibes and take on those bad vibes, because, when you get to a point where you trust yourself, you'll be able to walk right through them, and won't nothing filtrate you or tag on to you, or you be home and you still thinking about it. You'll just be protected. You'll be able to walk straight through and be like, oh, okay, the wolves is barking, They probably sound a little deeper than that, but you know what I mean. They barking at you. Even those little heel biters will get you scared real quick. Don't even play. Um, but you have trust. You have you move differently. You know, you'll see it in, some people too far, and it might be, oh, you cocky. You too cocky. You know, they trust themselves. They know they have a skill. They've worked on a skill and they trust themselves for that. Um, Now, could they work on, their humanitarian skills? Yeah, that's a skill to work on too. But so many times we feel like if I got my finances going good, now I get to tell you what to do. Because I built trust in myself in that one area of my life. Well, trust yourself to know that just because you're doing great in one area doesn't give you the right to demean someone else or tell them what to do, what they need to do. You need to do what I did. You need to go down there and get that job. Stop being a scallywag down here on the street. You don't have to call them names or demean their character or rush their process. You don't know their process and you don't know their path. Knowing your path and knowing your truth and trusting yourself is what all of us are here to do. We're all here to trust ourselves and then trust others. So many times we don't do that. We don't. And it's not bad. It's not like we're bad because we don't. We weren't taught. Can't do what you weren't taught. So it's a journey. Danny and the Lion's Den. This has been your hot topic for today. Enjoy. Have a good one. See you soon. Peace.